It's Popples. Viral news and trending stories.
A G League coach pushed him to the edge, literally. Stephen A. Smith called him unready. Then LeBron James confronted him courtside. This is Bronny James, and this footage didn't just go viral, it exploded. Because sometimes sports gives us moments that are bigger than the game. Moments where pressure, legacy, and expectation collide. And this one forced a brutal question into the spotlight. Is Bronny James ready for the NBA? Here's why that question won't go away. Bronny James was drafted 55th overall by the Los Angeles Lakers in 2024, a late second-round pick that sparked instant controversy. Because Bronny isn't just a rookie, he's the son of LeBron James, one of the greatest players the game has ever seen. And with that name came a burden no rookie has ever carried, not just to perform, but to justify his presence. By late 2025, the numbers were ugly. 10 NBA games, 2.1 points per game, 1.8 assists, under 30% shooting from the field, 27% from three. This wasn't development, this was survival. Yet, despite the struggles, Bronny signed a 4-year, $7.9 million fully guaranteed contract, something almost unheard of for a player drafted that late. And that's when the whispers turned into accusations. Reports claimed Rich Paul warned teams not to draft Bronny, suggesting he'd play overseas unless he landed where LeBron wanted. The destination was clear: the Lakers. Father and son. History made. But then came the footage. During a Lakers game, cameras caught head coach J.J. Redick losing it. Bronny passed up an open shot, a cardinal sin in Redick's 0.5-second decision offense. You've got to shoot the damn ball. 10 minutes played, 2 shots taken. The clip went everywhere. Memes, hot takes, debate wars. Some praised Redick for holding Bronny accountable. Others said it crossed the line, publicly humiliating a 21-year-old still trying to find his footing. And then the word everyone was thinking finally got said out loud: nepotism. Bronny averaged under 5 points at USC. Those numbers usually mean one thing: undrafted. But not this time. To his credit, Bronny didn't run from the criticism. He owned it. He talked about learning to play off the ball, about shooting with confidence, about growing. And for a moment, it worked. Back in the G League, Bronny dropped 15 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, and 3 steals, his best performance of the season. But the calm didn't last. Weeks later, another clip surfaced. Another confrontation, this time in the G League. A heated exchange with the coach, words flying, tension boiling, and then Bronny walked off the court, mid-argument, mid-game. No punches, no fight, but the message was loud. Social media erupted again. Former players spoke out. Critics doubled down. Was Bronny earning his place or inheriting it? And that's where this stops being about basketball. Because this isn't just a story about a rookie. It's about legacy, privilege, pressure, and a debate that refuses to die. Because the Bronny James debate isn't just about basketball. It's about nepotism versus getting it out the mud. For a lot of people, especially in Black communities, earning it the hard way matters. Family help gets side-eyed, even though it happens everywhere. Corporate America, Hollywood, politics, sports, and the NBA? It's overflowing with it. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski said the quiet part out loud. Nepotism has always existed in the league. The Buss family has owned the Lakers since 1979. Danny Ainge's son runs a franchise. Mike Malone followed his father into coaching. Josh Kroenke runs the Nuggets because his dad owns them. Nobody complained then, so why now? Some commentators flipped the narrative entirely, calling this black nepotism as a flex, a rare moment where generational power wasn't inherited quietly, but unapologetically. Is it fair? No, but life isn't fair either. Some people do everything right and still never get picked. And then came the voice that stopped the room, Stephen A. Smith. Because this wasn't just debate anymore, it got personal. In March 2025, LeBron James confronted Stephen A. courtside during a Lakers-Knicks game. Cameras rolling, internet watching. Stephen A. later admitted it shook him. At first, he dismissed the nepotism talk, said it had always existed, said nobody complained before. But then everything changed. After LeBron went on Pat McAfee's show, Stephen A. flipped hard. He wasn't criticizing Bronny anymore. He was criticizing LeBron. You said your son was better than NBA players before he was drafted. You said draft him so you could play together. You bypassed meritocracy. That was the line in the sand. Stephen A. didn't back down. He doubled down. He denied ever attacking Bronny, said LeBron misunderstood him, said if LeBron had asked as a father, the conversation would have been different. But LeBron's own words didn't help, claiming Bronny was better than half the league before he ever stepped on the floor. That take aged fast and badly. Now every missed shot meant more. Every coaching blow-up hit harder. Every clip fed the same cycle. He's only here because of his father. Nepotism. And maybe that's the real tragedy. A young man trying to grow in the most unforgiving league in sports, while the world refuses to see anything except his last name. So, where does that leave Bronny James? By January 2026, the numbers are still rough. 45 total games played, 1.6 points, 1.1 assists, under 31% shooting, 25% from three. No one's pretending that's good. But beneath the noise, there are flashes, moments, effort, growth. Grinding in the G League, taking the hits, trying to earn something that many believe was handed to him. And that's where the story really lives. Not in the arguments, not in the contracts, not even in the name, but in whether Bronny James can turn opportunity into legitimacy. Because here's the truth. People are going to hate no matter what, but hate loses power when production shows up. And on December 31st, 2025, Bronny James finally gave people something to sit with. 20 points, 8 for 11 shooting, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, a G League breakout against Memphis. That's not noise, that's a signal, a reminder that beneath the pressure, beneath the last name, there might be a real NBA player trying to emerge. The strengths are starting to show. Defensive instincts, athleticism, playmaking in transition, moments of aggression attacking the rim. The weaknesses are still there. Inconsistent shooting, a career 27% from three, a shaky assist-to-turnover ratio, undersized for his role. But context matters, and context has been missing. In July 2023, Bronny James suffered cardiac arrest during a USC practice, a congenital heart defect, emergency surgery, half a college season gone. That's not a footnote, that's life and death. At 19 years old, his heart stopped. Most players never come back from that, mentally or physically. Bronny would. Less than 2 years later, he's competing again at a professional level. That doesn't erase the struggles, but it reframes them. In a rare 2025 interview, Bronny admitted he hears everything. The criticism, the accusations, the nepotism talk. And instead of denying it, he uses it. It fuels me. LeBron James isn't perfect, but one thing has never been questioned. He doesn't cheat the game, and he works relentlessly. If Bronny mirrors even part of that mentality, he'll give himself a chance. And the Lakers, for now, are willing to wait. As of January 2026, no trades, no cuts, just patience. Because treating Bronny differently would cost them the locker room. So the plan is simple. Coach him, hold him accountable, let him earn everything from here. Analysts see two possible paths. One, Bronny becomes a defensive specialist, a role player, a grinder who finds value without spotlight. Or two, the struggles continue until LeBron retires and the window quietly closes. But maybe the most important question isn't about Bronny at all. Maybe it's about us, about how fast we judge, how hard we cling to narratives, how little space we leave for growth in a world built on viral moments. Because this story has become a mirror. Some see accountability, some see cruelty, some see nepotism poisoning meritocracy. Others see a system finally bending in favor of someone it usually wouldn't. The truth? It lives somewhere in the middle. Bronny James is not an NBA caliber player, yet. That's fair. But whether he can become one, whether we allow him the time to try, that story is still being written. At the end of the day, this isn't about contracts or clips. It's about a father and a son navigating something with no blueprint, about historic highs and inevitable lows. As long as LeBron James remains a legend, as long as every miss is magnified, as long as the internet is watching, Bronny James will remain one of the most fascinating stories in sports. Not because of who his father is, but because he's a 21-year-old kid trying to become his own man in the harshest spotlight imaginable. Whether we ever let him do that remains to be seen.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.